Hey everybody, David Pease here at Studio Sequim, and you can see I have a couple friends here with me. Stephen Arvidsson from Alien Investigations channel. Thank you for joining us. And of course, our honored guest, you can see in the title card there, Jonathan Hagy. Jonathan has been kind enough to donate one of his, I'll put that in quotes, donate one of his boxes. He's going to open those boosters live on the air. It is a sealed box. It has not seen the light of day or breathed fresh air since 1990, refresh my memory, 96, 97?
7, second edition, 7.
Great. And before we go any further, I do need to address an elephant in the room, and that is I misstated the contest earlier this week. The Gen Con cards that Jonathan, beg your pardon, that Jonathan has generously donated to the contest. Those are for a tiebreaker, an ongoing contest between two of our viewers, one of which just popped up in the comments there. Madeline is here. And another friend of the channel, Mike, known as Four-Way Flashers. That is the name of his channel as well. Those two ended in a tie in our last booster box open on Steven's channel, Alien Investigations, special episode number 6, if I remember correctly.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. They both guessed the ultra rares on that, so we ended up with a tie. So tonight will be their tiebreaker, hopefully. They have guessed which ones are going to come up tonight, and I'm going to read those off for you. Madeline believes or predicts that Margaret Scully and Spirit of the Amaru will be the two ultra rares. Mike, who may join us in a little bit, he's out doing holiday things, but he thought he might be able to pop in. He has guessed that the two ultra rares will be One Breath and Limited Choices. Now, if either of those two guessed the ultra rares correctly in tonight's box, they will get their choice of those Gen Cons. But unfortunately, the way it was worded earlier, it made it sound as though any viewer could make that prediction and be in the running for those Gen Con cards. That is not the case. So to just very quickly correct myself, those Gen Con cards are a tiebreaker between Madeline and Mike. But we are going to kind of keep it fun a little bit. Stephen is going to help us out here. There are some cards that are rather prolific in this expansion. Refresh my memory. Manners comes up quite a bit.
Yes, but for the 1013 expansion, he will not be showing up in this box of cards.
So is it a buyer's contest then tonight? Is that the
buyers?
The card?
We like to note every time buyer shows up in these. Sometimes he doesn't show up. Like one time he didn't show up at all. I think in one of the premier booster pack openings, which was a shock to all of us. But if anyone wants to guess how many buyers cards they think are going to come up tonight, feel free to throw in your suggestions. And Jonathan will send you all the buyers cards you could ever ask for.
Right. I do remember that booster box opening where everybody guessed really high and it ended up being a skunk. He didn't show up at all. So we'll see what happens with buyers tonight. And Stephen, thank you in advance for keeping an eye on the comments and seeing who might get those and be the owner of a fistful of buyers here by the end of the night. Stephen, since you're keeping record, what is your guess on the buyers count for tonight?
I'm gonna say
you're one of them. You're one of the people who abducted me.
Sorry, I was distracted because Jonathan is watching Wet Wired right now, which is a great episode for season 3. Madeline, you haven't seen it yet, so don't pay attention to what's going on behiing there. I know you're
spoilers there.
She just watched War of the Coprophages most recently for the first time, so she's getting there. So my guess is going to be 18 buyers cards. All right, 18. Got it? All right. Anyone else who wants to take a crack at how many buyers cards they think are going to show up in here? Throw the number out on the comments. I think it's fair to say that you have until the first buyer's card shows up to make your prediction on that. Madeline just popped up. She said 10 buyers cards, so I'll note that one down there. So post your guesses on how many buyers are going to come up, and then, as I said, or Jonathan said, he'll mail them off to you. If you feel so inclined.
Right on, right on. So 10, and I'm sorry, your guess, Stephen, was 17?
18.
18.
Yeah, I'm
18?
going with 18 buyers cards on this.
Practically build a buyer's deck with that many on there.
A house of cards, just buyers. That's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, if you win, I expect to see that on the shelf behind you in your next broadcast.
Oh, yeah. Count on it. I'll do it now. I have plenty of buyers cards. I have way more than that now. Hey, just for fun, not to win anything, can I just make 2 predictions for the ultra rares? But again, it's not to win anything. It's just for bragging rights. Is that cool?
Please do. Throw it out there. What do you think it's going to be?
I'm going to go with Nurse Owens and Melissa Scully. Just for fun. I'm not winning anything. I just want to take part in the prediction thing. So, again, just bragging rights only.
Well, one other thing about a lot of the ultra rares I've noticed, guys, before we get rolling, and Stephen, I think you kind of mentioned, I think you opened a deep throat of a pack for the first time at File Fest, right?
That's correct. And a Dana Scully Abducted, neither of which I've ever opened in a pack before.
It seems like there's a lot of these ultra rares that are a lot more ultra rare than others. It just seems, just from my personal experience opening these.
I'll say that's probably. I think that's true for Premier, because I feel like I'm always getting like the ultra rare agents. Granted, there are 4 out of the 10 ultra rares are ultra rare agents, but nevertheless, it still feels like I'm coming up with them more than anything else. I of the 10 Premier ultra rares, I've never opened one that contained an. Did I get an X? Actually, no, I take it back. I did get X right before File Fest because I was like, oh, it's great. He's going to be there at File Fest. I'll have him sign it. So I take it back. I think it's maybe counterintelligence measures is probably the only one I've never. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I agree with you, Jonathan. That certainly seems to be the case. And it certainly almost seems that in my experience of opening 1013, because it always feels like Krychek Possessed comes up a lot of times, more so than, like the Alien Stiletto, But then again, I don't know. It's probably
Men in
just
Black comes up a lot too.
Perception. Like. What's that?
Men in Black seems to come up a lot too.
It's probably just our perception of because we're only opening a small sample of the overall number of these cases of booster packs that are out there. So I mean, I don't. But I'm sure there's maybe something to it. Just in like when you. And that could be said about the rare cards too. It does seem like some rares are rarer than others, not just the ultra rares.
And Mike did show up. So Mike and Madeline, our 2 competitors for those Gen Con cards, are present. I hope you're able to stay through the whole thing. Any other predictions, comments before I bring Jonathan's table in and we start getting ready here?
For anyone who's joined, Mike up in Canada, we're doing guess how many buyers are going to show up. So feel free to throw your prediction out there, and Jonathan will send you a whole bunch of buyers as well. And that goes for anyone else who's watching. If you want to guess on how many buyers show up, just for fun, so feel free to weigh in on that.
Oh, that made everything sound weird.
No, yeah, I put it on mute, so you should be all right there. Let's go to this one and switch out. Well, nobody wants to see that. So there's your table there, Jonathan. Maybe, there we go.
If I can turn it a way that works here. To get this thing to flip around.
4-way
Mike
flash.
says one buyers.
This is truth is out there. We're opening this time. These are fixed. The collation was fixed, so I suspect we're not going to see so few buyers this time. I think we're going to actually see a healthy sampling of them. But I'll lock that in for you because you never know. I say that now, and I can
it upside down.
I don't believe that will be the case with this more collated edition. Stranger things have happened.
Stranger
we have
things
opened up a lot of weird packs in recent times, and it's been obviously 26, 27 years since this game was discontinued, and we still are finding unusual things from time to time when we're opening up packs. So I wouldn't rule out anything.
And what was it that you found, Stephen, in one of your starter decks that you opened up? There was like a completely different stack of cards that were shrink wrapped.
Yes, in a couple of the recent episodes of Alien Investigations, it actually wasn't just one, because I bought a case of starters, and each one of them, and I'm saying that each one of them because I've opened up I think 3, and they were just the contents inside were packaged differently from what we expect, and I think David May claimed that it was an instance of having a different packer for those packs of cards versus the ones that we've normally seen. So it's probably nothing more mysterious than that, but it's still interesting that we've only encountered that now and all the times that we've been opening these cards. And it wasn't too long ago that Madeline opened her first booster packs to find that she had all rare cards in the packs that she was opening. All rares. Not just all one rares. Or two, but all rares. What we have termed God.
That's weird.
Why doesn't that ever happen to me? That kind of stuff never happens to me.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 booster packs, I think, or 2 or 3. I can't remember. It was a while ago, but Madeline may recall, because she was the one who opened them. Might have even been 4 packs that were like, now I think about it, I think it was 4 booster packs that she opened that contained like all rare cards. And I put pictures on our Discord community. She says it was 3, and yeah, I'll trust her memory, because it was like during the summertime that happened. But you can find those pictures in our Discord community. I don't know, Dave, if you want to plug any stuff before we get started.
No, I'm ready to get this party started.
All right.
At the end.
Well, Dave, what I've put up here, I wish I could get this to come out a little better. For whatever reason, I had to spin my camera around that way so it wasn't upside down. These, of course, are the manners that Stephen guessed right last time. And then these are the 3 ultra rares that Mike and Madeline are already getting. And then these are the ones potential up for grabs. So that's why I had these out here. So,
those are the Gen Con ones, right? Could you maybe
that's the Gen Con Eve?
Yeah, bring that up a little closer for us.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Get it where there's not so much glare.
Yeah. So, Mike and Madeline, you're both watching right now, you have some serious thinking to do, because if either one of you are correct in your predictions on which 2 ultra rares are coming up tonight, you get to pick which of those 2 you want shipped to you. You're either getting a sweet No One So Paranoid, which is often a crucial card to have in your gameplay deck. Alternately, you can have a Gen Con Eve X-File card, which is, I would maybe say decidedly rarer than the No One So Paranoid. I don't know how many No One So Paranoids are out there, but I believe that the number is greater than the number of Gen Con copies of Gen Con cards that are out there. Of Eve, for instance, but I don't know. I mean,
I can tell you with certainty there are more No One So Paranoids.
Yeah, I would say
there are any one Gen Con card.
Can't say how many. I have no idea, but I'll trust you. Yeah, that is an accurate statement. So yeah, Mike and Madeline, you 2 guys. I'm telling you, I keep weighing this over, and I'm like, I don't know. Both are pretty sweet to have. So it'd be interesting to see which one you 2 choose if either of you gets it correct.
Personally, I would go for No One So Paranoid, because you can get a lot more play out of that. Yeah. But that's me. If you already have 1 or 2 of those, maybe Eve would be good for your collection.
Right.
That would be the reason for that. Jonathan, can we get any closer on your desk, or is that about as good as we're going to get?
Well, let me see if I can figure out how to make it. I can zoom it in on here, but it doesn't make it go any closer up there.
You can't bring it down a shelf or anything?
No, that's as low as I can go without, like, I'm on the shelf right above the computer screen right now.
What if you give Isaiah a C note to hold it at the right angle for the entirety of the opening. Do you think he'll go for it?
No, he's in the bed.
I was going to say maybe offer him a buyer's or a manners or something.
Yeah, sweeten the deal a little bit. Yeah.
No, he's already out of the game.
All right.
Right
Well,
on.
let's trust you, Jonathan. If something super cool comes up, definitely point it out as you're opening those packs and hold it up to the camera for us so we can talk
Let's
about
tear
it.
this bad boy open.
Ooh, there it is. Can almost hear the rush of the air.
Yeah,
as
give
it
it the
opens
smell.
I was
Right.
thinking 20 years and that air might just be toxic. Who knows?
The
Yeah, it's probably
lead
good that
filled.
it's sitting in this nice plastic, absorbing some of the chemicals from it during the whole time. So I'm sure that's been helpful.
So, Jonathan, when did you acquire this box of booster packs? Because as all of us know who are avidly collecting these cards, Truth is Out There edition boosters are not easy to find these days. Sealed, that is.
So I think, I bought these last two that I have fairly recently on eBay.
Yeah.
And it's not been that long. It's probably been in the past 2 months.
4-Way Flashers is asking, David, do you have mine and Madeline's picks? The answer is yes. Before you joined us, Mike, David did read off. But if you want, David, feel free to read them off again.
Yes. Madeline, you reserved Margaret Scully and Spirit of the Amaru as your choices. And Mike, One Breath and
That's one buyers.
Buyers number one.
Oh, numero uno buyers. All right.
That's one. So
only 16 more.
And you're good to Mike, go. Who only said one buyers would come up. So
that's our
very nice.
Our first adversary. Everybody loves getting.
I love that adversary.
Oh man,
especially with a combat card.
Oh,
that's a nice rare witness card right there. I'm a fan.
And that and the Manitou stocks is probably both in the same same pack. Oh wow, this is a adversary heavy pack. We got the mechanic, good people, good food, and the Manitou stocks is prey. Got some combat cards and a Kevlar vest equipment.
Nice.
All right.
That fascination combat card we don't see played very often in our games. I wouldn't mind seeing that played.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. That's it. That is one of the things we like to do in our games. Is we like to incorporate some cards we don't often see, from time to time, which just to see if, how effective they might actually be. Because sometimes you read the effects, you're like, that's probably not going to be so great. But then you try it out, and maybe that's not as bad as I thought it might be.
We've been trying to challenge.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
We've been trying to challenge each other with deck building too. With that.
Yes, we have.
Trying to make sure that unplayed cards get their fair share of camera time.
Yes, indeed.
You never know what kind of combo hadn't been thought of before, or maybe just the card comes out at just the right time and helps you out.
So if anyone just wants to, I suppose, David, if anyone wants to throw their guesses for ultra rares just for bragging rights, they're welcome to do it. Again, not winning anything, just for bragging rights only.
Yeah, just maybe your prediction will be correct. We'll see.
And that was the second buyers that just cropped up there. So, Mike, I'm afraid your guess has proven incorrect on that. We have already 2 buyers, and this is only the second pack that Jonathan has opened, if I'm not mistaken. So,
third pack. We're on number 3.
So buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a lot more buyers at the rate we're going.
We're getting a lot of +1 computer skill going on.
For the uninitiated, how many packs are in a booster box there?
36.
36.
And 15 cards in each pack.
So if you hadn't noticed, I just halved the number. So I'm saying for every other pack, there will be a buyers is what I'm predicting on this.
When you say the statistics like that, it seems a lot more probable.
Mhm.
Jonathan,
right.
what do you have there? I talked right
Bill,
over
it
it.
was Bill Mulder.
Another
Bill
really
Mulder.
rare witness.
So we got a Bill Mulder and a Samantha Mulder already on our witnesses.
Nice.
Having a family reunion in this box.
Yeah. Brad will check. All right.
And just for fun, I said my two predictions for the ultra rares tonight will be Nurse Owens and Melissa Scully. But again, not winning them. Just wanted to have a little fun, take part in the guessing game.
Jonathan, what do you think might show up tonight?
I don't know. I hadn't given it much thought.
But any ultra rare that you're hoping will show up that Madeline and Mike would not win in this particular?
Well, yeah, I hope those two, don't show up. Those four, or at least, not Matt, not in their particularly picked order. That'd probably be better for me. But
have either of you been going through eBay lately, seeing what the average price for an unopened box would go for these days?
And it's tough right now to get them for less than $50, and that's a Premier.
Or Premier or whatever.
Premier.
Premier I've seen get down to somewhere between like 50 to 75 sealed these days. But Truth is Out There, I haven't seen any since I think Nathan bought Truth is Out There starters, which again you don't see very often. But the Truth is Out There ones, Jonathan, do you recall what did you buy this one? If you don't mind saying.
I think it was about, I want to say it was about 70, 71, and that was with shipping, so it wasn't terrible.
Oh, with shipping, that's not a bad price.
No, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I have kind of rules just because I know what I can. I go after the ones that allow you to make an offer because that's kind of a dead giveaway that they will take less. But on a Premier, I have so much of that anyway. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not willing to pay more than about $35 for a box.
Yeah.
But on the Truth is Out There, I'll go up to about $75 a box. I'd pay $75 for a box of Truth, even starter decks, just because I don't have one anymore. I used to have one, but I've only ever had one of those. They're just hard to come by.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to come by, yeah. But also another incentive is sealed deck formats that we've been doing lately too. So it'd be nice to have some sealed starters coming. 4-way flashers, Mike. I'm just going to call you Mike. We don't have Mike Perrine here tonight, so there won't be any confusion.
There you go.
He says it costs more to ship them than the price of the box up in Canada, and I don't doubt that for a second. It's
sad truth.
It's not
pretty
far
rough
from
up
being
there.
true here.
Is this pack number 6?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it is.
Okay. I bet there will be a buyers in this one.
We'll see if you're a statistic.
Man, some more common bluffs. Let's see. Oh, Nerve Strike. I don't see that. We haven't played that much.
I haven't. Yeah, the card. That's one of those combat cards that can stun an opponent. You don't see too many of several.
I did get terminal. I got
back.
terminal damage in the last one. Did we get? You got to use that one with me the last time, didn't you?
I think I included it in the deck, but I didn't play it.
Yeah, I don't know if we got to play it. There's Lockpick. That's a good one. Lockpick.
No,
Lockpick, yeah.
The exclusive Truth is Out There edition equipment card right there.
I think I used massive internal damage against Guillaume, didn't I?
Yeah, there's a massive internal damage one too.
Yeah.
That's the good combat cards right there.
Yep.
And that's a killer keyword, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're-
I think I
They are.
pulled that one out in the last turn against Guillaume just for spite. I mean, I was still going to lose, but it was a killer game, so we needed to exercise the keyword.
Stephen used, which one did you use against me? And you got to play it. The game.
Attacks, but it was one of those where it would take several rounds to remove an agent from the game, so we never got that far.
Yeah.
I also noticed you pulled John Barnett links you to Mulder, which is another 1013, or sorry, I keep saying 1013. Truth is Out There exclusive adversary card. Also rarely seen in advance because it is so friggin' expensive.
Yeah, 12.
12, yeah. Too rich for my blood.
12, that's rough.
Blood.
That card is devastating, but if you can afford to play 12, it ought to be.
Yeah, for real.
UFO Townsend, Wisconsin. That's a rare in this one, isn't it?
It might be an uncommon site. I don't know if it's rare. I can't tell if it's rare. I don't have my spreadsheet up, and I like that Alien Discretion though. I'm a fan of that one.
Yeah, that's one of your personal favorites, isn't it, Steven?
Yeah, I mean it basically works like Langling. You just have to have an alien. You just have to have an alien investigation themed deck going on. In order to
who do we know that might possibly have one of those?
Yeah.
An alien investigation deck. Nobody plays those.
I change it up all the time. So Mike Green is one who always has an alien investigation themed deck. I just change it up every time. If I feel like adding Mulder to my team, yeah, it's going to be alien investigation. But for Scully on my team, not so much.
Okay, I think this might have an ultra rare in it because I can't hardly get it open.
There you go. And I stand corrected. Yeah, UFO wreckage is a rare, not an uncommon. So good call on that one.
Couple more combat cards there.
Yeah, there's a hide and a hard punch.
Mm-hmm.
Decent amount of equipment too.
Come on, where are all the? Yeah, I was gonna say I see some witnesses, but still haven't seen any more buyers.
Reasoning.
Reasoning. Oh, and that's another.
There it is.
Their edition exclusive, taking chances.
Chances. That's
very nice. A little pricey, but yeah.
How much?
It's 4 CP for that, but yeah, it's like that plus the cost of the adversary can get a bit steep. But I think it's also it's fair, but it's just when you're trying to bring out a devastating adversary at that point, it really adds up.
Well, you can always use Too Close to the Truth and get some CP points there. I know that.
Yeah, you could.
One could do that
if
you were unscrupulous.
So right now, Jonathan, your buyer's stack is only 2, right?
Yeah, we're only at 2.
Only at 2. Well, it's still early.
There's a run for it, combat.
Mm-hmm. That's probably one of the more common combat cards we see.
That's a useful one.
Uh-oh.
What we got?
What do you got?
Nurse
Owens.
So, Nurse Owens has come up. So I'm sorry. Mike, Madeline, unfortunately, your guess is proven incorrect. So,
but are we absolutely sure there's only 2 ultra rares in the box? Because there aren't there. Well, there's 3 in the 1013s, right?
Well, that was 1013. The 1013 expansion does have 3 in there, but Truth is Out There edition is going to have 2. So
very unlikely.
Either of those cards, because it's looking good. Right, another John Barnett links you to Mulder. Madeline's like, I'm always right. Well, that's not true, because if it were true, I would be in the running for the Gen Con or the No One's So Paranoid tonight. But I unfortunately was incorrect for the 1013 unpacking a few weeks ago. So. Anyway, so I'm guessing, my prediction remains on course. Melissa Scully will be the other one tonight.
And Nurse Betty is one that I've coveted for a long time, and I have one, and I've just been too stingy, too cheap to buy one on the secondary market. But man, Jonathan, you opened a booster not long ago, right off the top of the box.
I've got that Nurse Owens right over here.
Yeah, and now you get another one. So
there's that one from the other day.
2 Nurse Owens, Jonathan. Who would have thought?
And I've got another one. Then I've got one in each of the 3 sets I've got put together, and then I've got 1 or 2 in my deck. Got a lot of that card.
Wow. It's like the Sith and the Jedi. You know, you get all the great cards, and I get all the crappy ones. It's, the universe remains in balance.
I'm just like
Well,
rooting
there's
for more
red
buyers
tape.
cards here. Come on, where are all the buyers?
This day, yeah, this box isn't on anybody's side apparently.
Yeah.
Don't have the buyers. Don't have the. Of course, there's still a lot of cards left, or a lot of packs
There
left.
are.
for
There
buyers.
are. Now I'm starting to wonder if 9 is probably maybe it's a quarter of the maybe it's a quarter of them that are so which means there would be 9 buyers in there. So I think I overshot that by a lot.
Yeah, I thought 18 sounded kind
Yeah,
of
it's
kind of
like-
rich.
maybe it's every other one, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it's now. It's not. I'm starting to think it's 9, but I have to be. I obviously I already said 18. That is my first submission, but now I'm wondering if it's going to be 9.
I do see we have 4 viewers clocked in right now. So I know Madeline and Mike are here. That leaves 2 other people. So if you're out there watching, definitely throw a comment out there. Say hello. If you've got a question, maybe Jonathan opens a card that you want us to talk about. Let us know. And just for fun, maybe make a guess on which ultra rares are out there. And we've already seen Nurse Owens, so you're halfway there. But
And invariably,
There's
invariably
the
what
Anchor.
happens is
That's a good
Anchor's a good
witness.
win. Invariably, the 2 ultra rare booster packs of the 36, the 2 that are contained in an ultra rare, are typically put in there together. Although that may have been more of the case with Premier than Truth is Out There because of the collation. But it does seem like oftentimes when you open one, that the other one is usually not far behind it. So I feel like it may come up in any of the next couple of boosters that Jonathan's about to open. I feel like we're going to see
Well,
it.
and I've kind of gone through down the back here more than the front. So
Oh, okay.
All right. I figure you're just grabbing off the top of just whatever's like the highest pile. Okay.
We'll see how this plays out then.
some more equipment. Ambush. I like that one.
It is crazy how common the multiplayer cards are, like the one Jonathan just opened just showed, which is access personnel files, but also hidden transmitter and reporters at the crime scene.
Yeah.
It is crazy how common those cards are, which they should be very uncommon because obviously not too many people play.
Frohickey.
Frohickey, okay.
Should have done
So
a
now we have Byers, Frohickey, and Langley, all of them.
Yeah. Just one Langley so far?
Two Langley,
Okay.
one Frohickey. There's
Frohickey's the rare
rejuvenating
one.
caves. We love that card.
We love
Which
that
one is that?
Rejuvenating caves.
Oh, yeah.
We all love that card. Nasty surprise. There's a favorite.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
Any card that's going to replenish the pool is a card that you like to have twofold in your deck.
Yeah, nasty surprise. I mean, you'd be remiss if you didn't include that in your deck, I would think.
Yeah.
Sometimes it makes a difference in whether or not you can afford to play an adversary in that round.
It is kind of a staple, but I can't recall if I've ever played it against you guys. I know y'all have played it against me. I can't recall if I've ever.
I play it all the time because I got 2 in my deck usually.
Which one? Nasty surprise?
Mm-hmm. I always have 2.
Gosh, yeah.
Oh, there's another Byers.
Byers.
There's your buyers.
Byers.
What are we up to now? 3, 4, 3?
That makes 3. And another Manitou stalks his prey. That's showing up a fair bit. And there's Samantha Mulder.
Oh, wow, again.
First pack that you opened, but that's to be said, fair to be said because of the way the cards were collated. The way they were printed on the uncut sheets.
I think that may be the exact same thing because there's the mechanic, good people, good food, Manitou stalks prey, fascination. I think it's an exact copy.
Yeah, I think it's just the way they appear on the uncut sheet. It's consistent now, so that way you're gonna wind up seeing the same ones in the same, like consistent cards showing up in the same boosters. Maybe not all. I don't know. Maybe not always. I wish we had Dave May to to speak to that more effectively. But I think you're going to see greater consistency, though.
It's definitely nice on the starter deck.
Wild card showing up or an agent card, obviously, but we're going to see all the other suits represented tonight.
Now, Jonathan, I don't want to break your concentration or your rhythm, but do you have like one or two favorite X-File cards? Like not just this particular expansion, but out of the entire thing, do you have like a particular favorite?
X-Files card or ultra rares or what?
No, just the whole X-Files CCG.
Ooh. My favorite card, hands down, is Deny Everything. I love that card. And my second one, and everybody hates it, is Deep Throat.
I know no one hates it.
You know what I mean. You know.
Everybody love to hate it.
Yes, exactly. There's that's Alistair Crowley High School. That's a site that was just in this set.
Yeah,
correct? It's not in the.
No, that is Premiere. It's
in the Premiere too. I thought.
Yeah, the only two site cards that are exclusive to the Truth Is Out There edition is Tracking the Killer and Women's Health Clinic.
Okay.
But I as far as favorite cards go, I gotta say Detective Manners is he's got to be my favorite agent. I mean, he has been a game changer for at least when I realized like just how effective he can be in the course of a game. So I got to go with my boy Manners on that one. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say Steven, same question, and I knew what the answer was going to be.
Obvious. Yeah,
it's a very strong. What do you got there, boss?
Crash card. That's a
hospital crash card.
One of the. Here we go. Skinner adopts the company line. That's a rare
one to have, but it's problematic to include in your deck if you just don't know what your opponent's going to be bringing. If you have a regular opponent that you play with at home, and you know they usually go bureaucracy or they like to have Skinner on their team, that's a great card to include. But it's just it's a chancy card to include because likely you're not going because you just don't know what your opponent's going to bring as far as their team goes, which could be the same could be said about any cards that are specific to Mulder or Scully or CP cards that might be limited to Mulder and Scully, like shutting down the X-Files. Oh, and there's another buyer, so that's 4 buyers thus far. Madeline had predicted 10 buyers, so
there's Colonel Kissel.
Now that is a Truth Is Out There edition exclusive Colonel Kissel right there.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Now, gentlemen,
and another one right there, right next to that one, Jonathan. Take a look at that one.
Oh yeah, there's the Women's Health Clinic. There it is.
There you go. So yeah, two Truth Is Out There edition exclusive cards in one booster pack. That's pretty sweet.
Now I did bring in Nathan, who is joining us. Nathan from the Chasing the Dragon channel, who is, of course, if you're a fan of any one of our channels, you've seen Nathan many times squaring off in the X-Files CCG with us. Nathan, how are you doing?
Great. Sorry I'm tardy. I had a family birthday that went late, so
family don't
just
they
got
understand?
Home.
Don't they understand? This is the X-Files.
Yeah, dude. What are you talking about? You go to a family birthday any year.
Right? They have one a year. This
right.
Doesn't happen very often.
No problem missing just one.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they'll be around next year, right?
So what are our big pulls so far?
We've got one ultra rare so far. We got a Nurse Owens. So
okay.
And then on our rares, we got Taking Chances and Colonel Kissel, and then we've got our Women's Health Clinic, which is only in this set too. We're betting on buyers draws. So,
as usual, is custom.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So we're up to 4 on our buyers draws, and let's see.
Well, we also had 2 John Barnett links you to Mulder adversary cards come up, which are also exclusive to this edition as well.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Here's Mike answering the standing question: what is your favorite card throughout the entire X-Files CCG, not just any one particular?
Yeah, because we don't see the Lone Gunman card played very often. It's a cool card, but you just don't see it come up too often. I played it recently, but that was because Guillaume and I were trying to rarely use cards.
Now, Nathan, I'll pose that question to you while Jonathan opens another booster here. Favorite card across the entire X-Files CCG? Doesn't matter, rarity doesn't matter, expansion doesn't matter. Do you have a particular favorite that you always use, or maybe is your favorite collectible card?
Wow, that's
a broad stroke. Yes, I know.
Yeah. You know, I think I'm going to go with No One's So Paranoid for a couple of reasons. Am I allowed to pick a promo? Maybe I should ask that first.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're across the entire game.
One of mine was a promo.
Okay. No One's So Paranoid. Obviously, the utility of it, amazing because it combines the Langley and Frohickey effects. But also, the thing that always gets me with it is it's just a little bit more nostalgic because of the Gen Con symbol. So that it's always fun to whip that card out and show it off a little bit. And I think it's there's a reason it's the most expensive. Gen Con deck aside, it's the most expensive card in the game.
Have you ever used a No One's So Paranoid as a buyers in an actual game?
Jonathan is the only person who's ever done that.
Only one. I know I have.
That's not true. I've thrown down the one computer on the No One's So Paranoid before.
I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
Right on.
I'm going to try to move everyone over here so that Jonathan's not obscured by the duck there. Let me see if I can get the camera to do what I want
buyers
to do.
again. Does that take us up to 5?
No.
Maybe
I'm going to move myself up here.
5 buyers or 6?
I mean,
There. Quack, quack. So out there, and I'll throw that out to
5 is what unless I've missed one somewhere.
We're up to 5 buyers now.
5.
So I'll throw that same question out there. Mike answered Deep Throat or Lone Gunman. Madeline, do you have a particular favorite? Whether it's a great
host.
What do you got there?
The host attacks.
Oh, the host. That's a personal favorite.
Yes.
Madeline, do you have a favorite, whether it's a collectible or maybe you like the game effect more so than any other? Throw that out in the comments if you would, and so we can talk about that as well.
If you want to, too, the host reminds me of this. We could also, what's your favorite X-Files episode? Mine, it's either the host or Darkness Falls. I love those 2 episodes. I think they're great.
Steven?
Favorite episode of the X-Files?
Millennium.
Yeah, Millennium. No, is that's the question that's out there? Yeah, Millennium. Oh, yeah, that would be Lamentations easily. But X-Files, it's got to be Home, the band episode. That episode was just a nightmare fuel.
Hold on, my camera's wonky here. I'm going to say the Erlenmeyer flask.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is, one of my top favorite Myth Arc episodes. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? What's the rare there?
That's the UFO wreckage in Townsend, Wisconsin, and then another Alien Discretion.
Which, again, shows consistency because those 2 cards were next to each other the last time UFO wreckage came up.
And I think Living Machine Adversary followed it, if I recall.
I think you're correct on that. Oh, yeah, Queequeg. That's a good card. Mike Perrine will definitely back you on that one. Although he would say, like, Kresge or something.
And maybe someone knows this off the top of their head. Queequeg, what's the game effect with that one?
It can negate. You can discard Queequeg for 4 RP to negate. Well, no, not for 4 RP. You have to pay to equip him. He has a field activator, which is pretty sweet. But he can negate either 1 primordial or evolutionary adversary.
Yeah.
And it's discarded from the game, right? It doesn't.
No, it's not discarded.
No, but you're only allowed 1 per hand.
Yeah.
Deck, rather. Oh, there's the USGS quadrant map.
That's an exclusive for this edition card right there.
We lost Nathan. Hopefully he'll be back here in just a
And
second.
from my favorite, or one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Webbed.
we don't see that one too often, but it's a great episode. So
Yeah.
I'm curious how many of the Truth Is Out There edition exclusive cards have come up thus far, Jonathan. We've got
I've kept them separate. I think I kept them all
7.
right now, it looks like we're at 9, counting Nurse Owens, because we got John Barnett links you to Mulder twice.
So
Yeah, we
USGS, Colonel Kissel,
USG, Colonel
Nurse
Kissel, Nurse
Owens.
Owens, Taking Chances, and the Health Clinic.
I'm only seeing 7 though. Oh no, yeah, I'm only seeing 7. What am I missing?
Oh, I have those are kind of stacked one on top. That's 2,
Right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I say?
You said I thought you said 9, but yeah, no, you're okay.
It's 7.
That-
They're all there,
Yeah,
unless
I
I
don't
missed
think we have.
some.
You got a good eye for the 30. There's 30 unique cards to this edition, and I'm curious like how many come up in a typical
Involved.
in a typical case, because you're not going to see all of them as
Yeah,
we need
the
to
ultra
go right
rare.
into episodes where we're opening these. You're not going to get all 30, but I'm just curious about how many, or is it going to be 15 perhaps? But it's interesting that 2 of them.
Those
came up
7
in the
assumes I
same-
didn't miss any.
What's that?
So those 7 assume I didn't miss any. And
Yeah, I don't think you have. I feel like my eyes are usually good at spotting them when they come up, so unless I was looking away.
too close to the truth. That's a good
There
one.
it
There it is.
So, all right. So I was half correct on that. So all right, too close to the truth it is. So there it is. No one had guessed either of those cards. Or well, no, I guess Nurse Owens, but yeah. The only reason I said Melissa Scully because those are the 2 that came up when I opened the Truth Is Out There edition booster packs last, and it was Nurse Owens and Melissa Scully. So I was wondering if there might be some consistency in which 2 ultra rares showed up in a box, but this just proves that.
There's another buyers.
Another buyers. It's 6 buyers cards right there. So that is 8 of the 30 unique truth. Well, I say 8, but there's two of them are John Barnett, links you to Mulder. And I believe that was the case too when I opened the last pack of boosters for the Truth Is Out There edition, because I think there might have been a couple lock picks that came up in that.
You know what? I got a lock pick too, and that's not over here.
Oh yeah, so there was another one. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
I thought I missed one. That's what. There it is.
Yep.
And that one adds to your subterfuge?
Dose to the subterfuge.
To the subterfuge.
That's a very good one. If you're, working with that kind of thing, or you're light on it, and need a little extra. That's a really good one to have.
Like you give that to Krychek, and he's like a subterfuge machine right there.
There's the cigarette smoking man strikes.
Good one.
Oh, that's a handy one.
John Barnett links you to Mulder again.
Holy
Again.
cow. That's crazy. That's a rare adversary and it's exclusive too. Hey, David, I think there's another reason you probably favor Truth Is Out There edition more so than, say, Premiere.
How's that?
Because it doesn't have Kevin Morris in it.
Oh, that bastard. I mean, yeah, that is a very useful card, a very strong strategy there. I was saying earlier you had picked your favorite was Detective Manners, and that's
Kevin's
proven to be a
running.
real strong strategy, and Kevin is part of that. So he's the card I love to hate. I joke around about that a lot.
But fortunately for you, he's exclusive to just Premiere Edition.
Here, Kiss of the Vampire. That's the second time that one's shown up.
Very expensive. Very, very expensive.
How much is that one?
10.
Well,
10?
10? Yeah.
10. It's good if you can use it.
Very good, but I don't think for what you're getting, I think you're still probably only going to wind up sending one agent to the hospital.
And it seems like, isn't there another one that's a lot less expensive that basically is very close to the same? Seems like there is.
Pheromone-induced psychosis.
Yes, that's what
kind of
I'm
does the same thing where it has a witness activator, and the witness can be used to attack the team. But yeah, that thing only costs like 3 or 4, I think.
Much less expensive.
And we don't even see that one very often.
Pretty close to similar effect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just you're just not getting as much bang for your buck with those particular cards, which is unfortunate.
They put all the boring cards in the second half.
The rares have been unveiled, so I guess Jonathan, that means we're gonna have to find another way for you to give away those really sweet cards, right?
Oh, here's some more. Here we go. There's Witness Intimidated.
That's another exclusive right there.
One. And Alien Experimentation's in here too.
Nice one.
That's not an exclusive, but it's a good card.
It's proven to be a pretty good box.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's your plan with all these cards, Jonathan? Since you already have like such a high supply of them as it is.
Throw them in the big box till I find something to do with them.
Oh man. You can make a table out of them like Mike Perrine did or something.
That was a cool thing until he put it on and I couldn't tell which cards were what. That's the one thing on the camera. It's hard. It's like, ooh, that's a great idea until you actually need to see which cards.
Just need to make a dining room table out of it, not a game table. I'm sure your family would love that.
Well, I'm sure my wife would be all over that.
I was going to ask Nathan if he had anything in the works on his channel coming up.
Hold on, here he's back. He's back.
No, he heard that and he's like, I'm back.
Welcome back.
What? A shameless plug?
Well, yeah. Might as well plug the channels. So both Ultra Rares have come up. Figure we might as well get to plugging other stuff before people start signing off. I'm just kidding, but no, people stick around for the end. Yeah, Chasing the Dragon. Oh, that's an exclusive one right there. Very nice.
That's a fun one.
That one did not come up in what I
Explosion.
I like it.
Exclusive rares came up in the same booster pack. It's pretty crazy.
What does Explosion do? Can you read that for the uninitiated viewers here?
Yes, absolutely.
If Mike Perrine were here, he'd be debating the math in that one.
So it says, play this card to cause 1 point of damage to every agent in a team for each conspiracy cost card discarded from your hand, up to a maximum of 3 points damage. X equals the number of conspiracy cost cards discarded.
Right, and there's a 2x
as a 2x multiplier for your math at the
multiplier, yep. Which Mike thinks is just math. Or no, he thinks it's just an addition as opposed to a multiplier.
No, that's not how that works.
It is not. Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome hard if you can use it. That thing, you can just obliterate it. If you've got somebody that's got like a big team, man, you can just kill them with that thing.
And if you happen to have a lot of conspiracy cards in your hand at that point, that's where it's situational. But
and it's great because you can't sell those things for, points like you normally can. You end up just discarding them lots of times.
All right, so Jonathan is getting out the next booster. So this is your chance, Nathan. Steven opened the door for it. Nathan, Chasing the Dragon. What's coming up? You've already got X-Files gameplay, X-Files booster openings. Also got some Lord of the Rings and Magic. What's next?
Yeah, so as it pertains to X-Files, I still have to upload two things. I have to upload the File Fest prep with Guillaume and the deck tech breakdown that I did, and I'll probably just make those either one video or else companion videos. There is a Star Trek game between you and I, David, from way back in the day that I got to finish up editing. So that'll be fun. And we also have to get a game in on your channel sometime in the near future, if you're not too busy playing Scooby-Doo.
Oh, that's coming up. What do we have?
Lulu Phillips.
Lulu Phillips, yeah.
Nice.
It's not exclusive.
Yeah. It's just a rare, I think.
But there's that Induced Psychosis. Remind me, is that 3?
It costs 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, very similar to the Kiss of the Vampire, but decidedly different costs though. And I think that's because you still have to fight the Master Vampire on the ladder card, which is, but again, I don't think that justifies that much of a cost.
10.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, you could play Pheromone and do Psychosis 3 times and still have one left over.
right.
All right, Nathan. So finish up your thought there. You were talking Star Trek, and you've got something else coming up.
Yeah, so I want to get that other Star Trek game up finally, and then I do have because Magic just can't stop releasing Lord of the Rings sets. I do have some more Lord of the Rings box openings I have to do, and I think maybe David, you and I could do. I did buy the Magic the Gathering Doctor Who starter decks, and so if you're a Doctor Who fan, because I'm not steeped in the lore. I know the Magic side of it, but I don't know the Doctor Who side of it. So I think if you know the Doctor Who stuff a little bit better, it could be, if that looks familiar to you, we could do a co-stream on that or something like that.
I don't know. I don't go all the way back, so, and I don't know how much Magic has included in that. But I'd love to be part of it. And Doctor Who, they also are releasing a Jurassic Park version. Coming up soon.
No kidding.
I saw a teaser for that, which I thought might be
Magic
kind of
is,
fun too.
Yeah,
That's confusing.
I think it's out already, actually. But it's kind of weird because they're doing like one Jurassic Park insert in every box,
And
it's like
That's an exclusive one.
Yep. It's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
They're surfing the net. Great card.
So
I thought
for
you were
the
gonna say
Jurassic Park thing, there's like 20 cards in the set. You can only get one card if you buy a box. So like it's hard to get the whole collection. So I'm not going for that one, but they look
You
cool.
just gotta buy a case, man. You just gotta do it. Just gotta set it up and do it.
Yeah,
So it's a collectible card game.
What's that, Steven? I talked over you.
The Doctor Who, that's a collectible card game.
It's Magic the Gathering expansion, so they've taken the Magic the Gathering rules and reskinned it with Doctor Who characters and adversaries and stuff.
Now,
Okay, I saw it was like I thought it was inspired by Magic, like in terms of mechanics. Okay, I got you.
Nathan, are these games like the Doctor Who expansion stuff like that? Are they compatible with regular Magic cards? The games, or they have to be played separate?
They are, which is a source of some angst amongst longtime Magic fans because it's a little weird when you're playing in the world of Magic and then all of a sudden someone throws down the Seventh Doctor across the table from you, or the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park. It's a little. It takes some of the thematic elements out of it.
It's annoying the purists.
Yeah.
I haven't played Magic. If I had the cards from the last time I played Magic, I could probably make a lot of money.
Oh, same. I mean, I sold my collection in 2003 or something like that. I mean, now that's like a $50,000 collection of cards. It's wild. Yeah.
Who
I
knew?
played with Alpha and Beta.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, so
Black
I
Lotus
remember,
is
you remember
probably
Channel
$100,000.
Fireball? You remember Channel Fireball? And
Oh yeah, dude. Of course I do. Insta kill.
Yes.
Yes.
You got that as soon as you game over.
Steven, Alien Investigations channel, do you have anything coming up?
Yeah, I'm editing episode 25, which is a game that I played with Nathan, in which there was a minor stake in it, in which if I lost that game, I would be required to
That's an exclusive.
take a bite out of something. That's an exclusive one right there. If I lost that game with Nathan, I would have to chew on a stick of 27-year-old gum from a
remember
movie cards that I don't. Well, I assume you're laughing because you're not, because you know how the game ended. I don't want to spoil that for anyone who maybe didn't watch it all those many months ago. But there is
I remember you talking about finding that gum and that challenge going out, and I was like, "Ooh, that thing's got to be hard as a rock."
It was hell on. But there's as I'm editing it though, Nathan, I did spot a little problem that we ran into in the course of an adversary throwdown in which I played the Deadly Blur and you used Run For It. And we did not play that card correctly, the Run For It combat card.
What does Run For It do? I don't remember it.
The Run For It allows you to take an agent out of the combat, but the way it wound up getting played is that you used it as not only does it allow you to take your agent out of the combat, but he also got to apply his damage and then get out of the combat at the same time, which ultimately made the difference.
I'm sure it was a fair and just ruling.
We didn't have a judge, so you and I talked it out. So yeah, that would have been one where a judge would have helped.
Jonathan, what do you got there?
I'm reading Run For It.
There it is right there. Yeah.
Nice.
It says, play this card on any agent to immediately end combat for that agent. Finish the combat without the agent. And then the agent takes no damage from the combat and may still contribute his skills to other skill checks. So he can't be dealt damage. He can't deal damage, basically.
But can still participate in the site investigation.
Correct.
Yes, not the combat. So
right. He's simply removed from the combat, participating and receiving.
Yep. But it was a time when we hadn't been using a whole lot of combat cards.
As the player of the card, I'll own it.
Yeah. And as the person who ultimately may or may not chew the gum at the end of the episode, I will own it for not being a little more strongly opposed to it.
Oh, reading the signs. That's a favorite
thing that made all the difference, but nevertheless, it would have allowed me to wipe the floor with your team when you took Krychek out of it, because he was the only one applying damage to the Deadly Blur at that moment.
Oh, I see.
Well, that'll give you an opportunity to have future Steven visit the episode.
Yeah, that's more of a Dave Meyer thing, so I'm not going to.
Some equipment there.
I'm sorry, I was doing all that talking. Are there still only 6 buyers on the table there?
So far.
Oh,
there's Krychek, the
double agent.
Oh, nice one.
Nice killer card.
True Grit. That's a good card.
Speaking of sticking in combat.
Yeah. Unnatural. Well, we've got 2 more packs left.
Only 2.
The Moscow Sketches card that we've been puzzled over for a while. Another buyers?
We're at 6 buyers, and we have 2 packs left. So it's looking like nobody's getting anything right tonight.
2 packs?
Man.
Yeah, then unless there happens to be 2 buyers in there. So only 6, huh? Interesting.
So far, I think we could potentially have 8, but that's probably best case at this point.
Yeah, best case. Okay.
Come on, big money.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we're going to see any other exclusive Truth Is Out There edition cards in these last 2 packs. Because I do want to get a sense of how many show up. If it's like 15 per box or something.
False leads.
That's another one. Yep, there. One we never see play because it's a little bit overpriced.
How much is that one?
Like 8.
False leads is 8. But it's a great card.
I don't know about that. From a game or something, right?
You can remove a card from the game.
Oh, yeah, I think it's a card. What the opponent searches through their deck and gets something, and then that card's removed from the game or something like that.
Yeah, it's whenever somebody plays a card that allows them to search through their deck, whatever card they pick, you throw it out of the game.
Yeah.
So it's if it's one of those where somebody's like, "Oh, I'm going to search through and do like I would and get a deep throat," and then you're like, "No, your deep throat's gone. Sorry."
So I don't think that would work on Manners though, because it says you play a card, but in Manners' case, you remove a token. So I don't think that would work when Manners goes to search for a witness. I imagine.
Yeah, I don't. Let's see. Would be the card that would be whatever card you picked.
Like Street Contacts or One Breath, it would work for. Oh, but anyway, getting back to what I was plugging. Sorry, Dave, before I went off that tangent about Run For It when it came up. Yeah, so episode 25, which I'm editing, is going to get posted hopefully soon. I've just been tied up doing other things, mostly work-related stuff. And you and I are going to schedule, or you and I have a Scooby-Doo game we're looking at. Hopefully we're going to do it Wednesday. I was trying to get a playmat printed out so I didn't just have to use my bare desk surface. Sorry, you can't have me on this without my cat coming in. So Madeline, Seamus is coming in to say hi to the folks watching. All right, can we keep it down while I'm talking, please, just for a moment? So yeah, in addition to episode 25, you and I are going to try to play a game of Scooby-Doo expandable card game, which is a watered down version of the X-Files CCG. Looking at hopefully doing that on Wednesday. I'm trying to get this playmat printed out so I can have at least a nice looking playmat for the Surface. I
cool.
just need to get a printer that can print larger paper. So that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully I can get that done by Wednesday.
There's a injured relative.
That's another exclusive, but we've already seen that one twice.
Yeah,
or
and
once,
another
right?
explosion.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you
So
go.
again, what do you know?
Wow.
Yeah, 2 exclusives in the same pack for the third time tonight, actually.
Yep. That's all of them.
That's it. How many?
That's
How many
everything?
came in that, Jonathan? Was that 15? 15 exclusive.
Assuming I didn't miss any. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 19 counting the duplicates. It's 19 total ones that are exclusive, and like I said, that's assuming I didn't accidentally stick one in the wrong pile. Kind of
Only
was
6
wondering if I
buyers this
missed
time.
another one.
Interesting. So 1/6 of these were buyers, or 1/6 of the packs tonight contained the buyer's card. Interestingly,
Check it out. Yost is joining us. He's wondering what pulls he missed. The ultra rares refresh my memory. Nurse Owens and what was the other one? Too Close to the Truth.
Mhm.
the truth.
Personal favorite of mine. So Yost, that's what you missed there. No big winners tonight. Even the buyers off didn't work out.
Yeah, that was off.
I was hoping that I was going to be able to use my Jonathan Hagy mystery bucket here, but another
Very
time I even brought even have a slide for it.
That's good. That's a good one.
Next time we have something coming up, we'll have to have some kind of random drawing where I can pull that one out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Of mystery.
It's doing double duty with the. It's not going to show up the alien investigation or Jonathan.
We'll try to
Hage's
get that
mystery.
that contest for the Langley, the signed Langley card on Wednesday. If we wind up playing, I'll post an announcement everywhere because we did have about 7 people submit their answer to the trivia question on episode 24. So we'll try to get that done. It will be in the next episode of Alien Investigations we do. That's when we're going to do it. We're just trying to get the actual date set.
Yeah, no worries. The entries are in the vault. We're nice and safe on that. So whenever we're ready, we're ready.
And ideally, the winner will have that card by Christmas.
There you go. Maybe on Christmas Day.
And where they live. Yeah, if it's shipping far, may not count on it.
Well, now I can send out Mike and Madeline's cards that they won the other night. Now that we finished, now I get to send out Mike his Alien Stiletto and Madeline her Unexpected Call and Men in Black, and Steven gets his extra copies of Manners.
Like I said, you can just send Madeline's my way, or it's just you can put them in the same envelope and just send them to one of us. That way, you don't have to send it to 2 separate addresses.
Yeah.
Or like I said, I'm happy to be the broker for that. You can send them to me. I'll make sure they get there. You bet.
Get out of the way, don't.
Send me all your ultra rares. I'll take care of them for you.
And Gen Con cards?
Gen Con,
We know-
I'll take them. You bet. I'll hold on to them for
we
you.
have a hard enough time just getting things through the mail, let alone being intercepted.
Right.
No kidding. Yeah, it does look like one of the 2 signed cards I sent out for the last drawing did not make it. It's the tracking showed it got lost in Mississippi where Andy lives, and he did submit
They make a
a
claim
for
for it.
Yeah, well, not a claim, but
the thing where they go to look for it.
Yeah. So I mean, I could do a claim, but then I have to prove value and all that. But I'm like, ultimately, we're not going to get it. So, and I swear I taped the seal. Okay, if anyone wants to, if anyone wants to,
That's right.
I did tape it. I taped it quite well, but I don't know. Something I'm almost starting to rethink the template with the logo on the front of the envelope, because it seems ever since I started doing that, then they started disappearing or getting lost in the mail. So I may just have to go back to just a standard unremarkable envelope before I start sending out any more things.
That's too bad. I enjoyed getting that envelope with the cool alien on there. I do want to give a shout out to Brian who tuned in.
Yeah.
Thanks,
New to
Brian,
our
for
Discord
coming
community.
coming to the broadcast. Appreciate that. I guess that does having those markings on the envelope. It's cool, but it does attract unwanted attention. Maybe someone.
It's an alien, man. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah.
Everybody wants an alien.
Maybe if it's just when I'm sending like unsigned, maybe I'll do it for just unsigned cards or something like that. But yeah, it just seems like it just seems to be proving to be too problematic ever since I started using it.
You could use reverse psychology to get rid of your garbage. You could put that in Amazon boxes on your front porch. Then people can steal it, and you don't have to worry about you.
You either put your garbage in them, or I don't know if you guys have seen the viral video with the guy that makes the glitter bombs.
Yeah,
and puts them on there. That's a good
great.
one.
I might have to do that.
I mean, this is the time of year when porch pirating is at an all-time high.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Won't they be disappointed when they open up the package and it's just a box of X-Files cards from 1997?
It's all buyer's cards.
Right?
Plus X, 2X. What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
What does it
I'm
even
sorry
mean?
to Andy. Yeah, it was a signed card this time too. So
Sucks.
It does. Yeah, and I had tracking and everything on it, and I paid for to go through the post office to get it sent there.
Really? And it still got lost. Wow.
Yeah, so the tracking was showing it every step of the way, and then it got to the Mississippi, which is just like the next state over from me. It's like, come on. I mean, it was right there. I would not have expected that one to get lost. And I've sent other stuff to Andy there, and it hasn't been a problem until I started, printing with the Alien Investigations themed envelopes. So, yeah. So that's too bad.
Switching tracks. Noticed on eBay, there's just been a ton of Premier booster boxes lately. I don't know what the cause of that is, but they've been showing up like a couple of weeks. So
yeah,
if you're in the market, you want to get into the game, keep your eyes out. They're usually, I don't know, somewhere between 50 to 75, I think, for the Premier Edition starters. And I can't promise you'll get a good collection of cards out of it because there's so many correlation problems. You'll wind up with a lot of X-Files. But if you're just looking to crack some packs and kind of have a little bit of fun, get a good starter collection going, that's a decent way to do it.
Yeah, there was just a recent there was a bidding up for one posting for 2 boxes of Premier Start or Premier, and they went for like $87, which is oftentimes, a little bit more than what a single box of Premier boosters goes for. So I envy the person who who won that. I thought about trying for it, but then I'm like, I got enough cards as it is, and I don't need any more X-Files, as Nathan just mentioned, because that's
I'm the guy who missed it by $1.
What's that?
I'm the guy who bid 86.
Oh, you did bid on that one?
That was you.
Well,
I was the one who bid it up to whatever it didn't, the last bid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, by the time you do shipping, that was $100 for 2 boxes, and I think that's
a bad deal.
That's okay. Yeah.
I'm not. I kind of, because I have so much Premiere now. I have literally an unopened case, not an unopened box, an unopened case.
Yeah.
And then boxes. So I've got like 9. It's like, unless I buy them for $35, I'm not buying them anymore.
Yeah.
I got too much.
So,
well, do you have so many? Are you planning to open any in the future?
Oh yeah, we'll get them all open.
All right,
I love it.
It's really fun watching those cards get open. I find it almost therapeutic.
So, gentlemen, with that being said, someone maybe wants to get into the game. What do you think their entry cost would be?
Pretty low, because I think if you join the X-Files collectible card game Facebook group, or if you're on the Discord server, we're always giving away cards.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really easy way to do it. You can put together a competitive deck out of mostly commons and uncommons that either resend, or if you want to do like a starter deck and a few booster packs to get you going. I mean, that's a pretty inexpensive way to do it. So I think if you're really budget conscious and you want to get started, you can get in and get a decent deck to play for anywhere from $0 to probably $20. So get you a starter deck and a few packs. So y'all agree with that? I think it's a very game.
Then come to the Facebook group and make some friends, and
that's it.
We're always trying to help people out. So.
Yeah, and Dak will sometimes send a little welcome package of some of his dream cards to new people who are looking at taking it up. So yeah, they can often count on that, or they have been able to count on it in the past. I don't want to speak for future ones, but yeah, invariably you can get some custom cards from Dax as well.
And Mike Mackey, don't forget, Mike Mackey still has a really good little starter setup on eBay.
Well, that's true. That's a great point.
Yeah, he's got a setup. It's essentially meant for 2 people, to play each other that have never, that probably don't have anything. It's like a starter deck or 2, and then so many packs, 4, 5, 8, whatever it is, and it includes a random promo card, and you can get a decent spattering of cards between 2 people, and you probably have $20 each in it.
Yeah.
What's his eBay handle? I'm going to see if I can look it up.
X-Files CCG.
Yeah, that's Mike Mackey's eBay store. But yeah, he's got several.
He's got different. He's got a collection. It's I know it by memory. All promo cards, $150 if you want to buy a whole set of the promo cards. Then you can get these starter things, and he's got all the promotional materials that were never released. If you want to just collect that stuff, he's got all kinds. He's got the uncut sheets. He's got all kinds of cool stuff.
That promo pack used to be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, because
everything used to be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I still have the invoice from when I bought those 5 exclusive Voyager promotions cards. It was definitely not in that.
I think I bought mine for I don't know, maybe $30 or something like that. I mean, they were not expensive. Yeah,
right.
He's including every. It's not just his Voyager promotions in that one I listed. It's every promo except no one.
Yeah.
How long ago were those purchases, gentlemen? Stephen, Nathan?
2009, I want to say, or 2008.
Yeah, it was the Voyager Promotions website going, which I have to pull them out of my filing cabinet here, but yeah, I bought those probably back in 2008, I think, ish. But yeah. Yeah, they were very much back then you could get a No and So Paranoid for like $45 from his website, his then website. But
I was buying them for like $20 tops for a while.
Well,
So it's but David, I know you're in some of the dead CCG groups. It's like every card game has gone through this explosion in price. Star Wars CCG, Star Trek, they've all, the chase cards have all kind of ballooned, and they're actually off their pandemic highs. So a lot of them are cheaper than they used to be, including in X-Files, No One's So Paranoid. That used to be a $125, $150 card. It's probably somewhere around $75 now, I think, if you put it up a bid. So they're all a little bit off their highs, but it's one of those, I feel like you have these like cliff events where it's, it hits, it spikes, it drifts down, but it never goes back, right? It never goes back to the old price.
It's like when you look at the stock exchange or something, there's always peaks and valleys, but it's constantly going up and up.
But it generally trends up.
Generally trends up, yeah. So for all of us, for nostalgia reasons, all of us are part of that and responsible in part for that, because we're playing the game and we're bidding against each other and we're buying stuff and other people are doing it too. So
yeah, we're victims of our own success. We've been promoting this game and doing all these videos and stuff, and now we can't afford our own hobby. So
that's it. I mean, there were like 2 websites back in the day for X-Files CCG, and now we've got 8 YouTube channels, and we've got probably the same number of websites that we I check. People have created websites. Yoast is a good example that I'm on there, weekly if not daily. So it's really proliferated, which is a good thing. People playing is good.
It's a great community. I think I'm talking over you. I'm sorry, but it's a great community now. A very strong community. A lot of great people out there, good players. And things like this, when we open booster packs and just kind of have fun talking, it's good times. So yeah, it's no regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets. Gentlemen, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Nathan, thank you for joining us from Chasing the channel, Chasing the Dragon. I'm going to put a link in there for you. We talked about what you have coming up, some Magic coming up.
Thank you.
Star Trek.
Before we break, Taylor Swift could be in Wisconsin this week, David.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Chiefs.
The Swifty watch group is tracking that. I'm surprised there isn't someone tracking her private jet like that. Well, that one guy that does it for Elon Musk.
You know what? I don't know if this will shock you or not. I have a friend who's in sports radio. He sent me a link to the jet, David.
I want that link.
My daughter went to her concert in Nashville.
Nice.
She's in Nashville. My daughter went.
Yeah.
I had not to derail it from our X-Files theme, but I had the opportunity to go to the Reputation tour, and I'm not a live concert kind of person. That concert blew me away, and I knew that the Eras tour was completely untouchable for me, but I did go see the concert. I did my part for Taylor Swift and went and saw the concert movie, and even that, it was a great experience. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and there I got the link, so where I'm going to wrap this video transmission up so I can go check where Taylor's see where the jet is, where the jet's parked right now. But thank you, gentlemen. Nathan, Chasing the Dragon. I'll have the link in the description. X-Files content, Star Trek content coming up. Star Trek, the card game, the best one.
Yeah, we have to get some more of that going for sure.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a lull in that one, but it's still out there, and a lot more interest is coming up, and also Magic, Lord of the Rings, and hopefully get some Magic the Gathering Doctor Who content coming up here pretty quick. Steven, Alien Investigations, great channel. If you like this, what you saw tonight, you need to be subscribed to Alien Investigations. Great production, lots of real fun videos to watch there, lots of great gameplay. Stephen really pours his heart into it, so you definitely need to go there and check out his content. Subscribe to his channel because he's always coming out with some great new stuff. Contests even coming up, and maybe I'm trying to get him to branch out into Scooby-Doo, maybe a new channel, a Scooby-Doo channel or something. We'll get that. Not enough content for that, but
not enough time to work on that. So, we'll bring Scooby-Doo into Alien Investigations for the next show for sure.
It'll be one of those ABC after school very special episodes. If you're old enough to remember those. But thank you very much, and Jonathan. Thank you so much for donating your time and opening those boosters for us and offering those great prizes. Unfortunately, we didn't have any huge winners tonight, but that's just that many more ultra rares for another opportunity. And I know you've got a good library there, so hopefully we'll be able to have you again. I'd really like that a lot. Thank you so much for doing that for us and providing this evening for us. Anything else before we hit the road, gentlemen?
I think that about wraps it up.
Oh, I'm being too humble. Definitely, if you like this, like the video, subscribe to Studio Sequim. Always adding new X-Files CCG content. And Jonathan.
Oh yeah.
I know you've got a card, a box of this burning a hole in your pocket. Nathan, have you not seen this before?
That's X-Files on the Versus system.
Versus system. It's a popular system for
Marvel and DC were very popular.
Marvel and DC. It's been very, very successful, and they've been reskinning, just like Magic has been doing that with Doctor Who and a few other things. They've been reskinning the basic rules for other IPs. X-Files came out 2019, 2018, I think, just a couple of years back, not too long. They've also got Loki, if you're into that. I just saw today they've reskinned and made a versus system for The Boys. So if you like The Boys on Amazon, there's a versus. But Jonathan and I have committed to playing the X-Files versus system.
Well, count me in. I'm going to go dig up a copy myself.
Yeah, they're out there. You can get it on Amazon for $30. I'm going to say now, as of this video recording, December 2nd, 2023, they're $30 on Amazon. But now that we're going to start playing it, the price is just going to go up and up and up. But I was kind of bummed. Jonathan and I were talking about this. I bought this on eBay, and that sucker sent me this, and it's missing 4 cards. And I'm pissed, but I should be able to print some proxies. And I did send a letter to Upper Deck asking if I could get my hands on those 4. Mulder and the Cigarette Smoking Man. You cannot play an X-Files game without those 2 characters. So hopefully I'll get that situation resolved, whether I print proxies or Upper Deck is able to help me out, or I don't know. I'm a purist. I might just buy a whole nother box of it just so I could have it all. But X-Files versus system, look for that coming up. I do have some more Star Trek, the card game content coming up. I do have a couple of boxes I'm looking to open, and Nathan is a challenger for that, so you'll see some more gameplay. I am also working on 24. If you remember that television show 24, they actually made a card game out of that. And every time I bring it up in one of the dead CCG groups, invariably I get at least 2 or 3 people leave the laughing emoji, and they're like, I had no idea that even existed. That's ridiculous. But the interest is out there. The interest is there. So hopefully we'll get, I've done a couple unboxings, and I have actually a couple people lined up who want to play. So we'll get some matchups out there as well. I'm kind of sucking the oxygen out of the room. We've heard the X-Files theme song, I think, about 2,000 times tonight. But that, and one last plea for players. I am looking to play Battlestar Galactica collectible card game. So if you have any interest in that that rebooted show, they did make a collectible card game out of that. Kind of interesting, some cool mechanics, not unlike the Star Trek, the card game, Nathan, that you and I have been playing, where there's icon flips and that sort of thing in lieu of dice or skill checks. So it makes it kind of interesting. It's more into the political intrigue, which I like about that.
I like
so
that.
that'll be kind of an interesting one. But gentlemen, I'll throw it back to you. Anything else you want to throw out there before we call it a night?
No, I'm just looking forward to watching some of those Battlestar Galactica playthroughs now.
All right. Well,
Ooh.
you might have to watch your mailbox because I definitely need people to play. So we'll see what we can do to get you on the play field there.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right, gentlemen. One last thank you very much, Nathan, Alien Investigator, or Nathan. It's late. Nathan, Chasing the Dragon. Check it out. Stephen, Alien Investigations. Like, subscribe, all these things. Jonathan, thank you again for providing us with those boosters. That was a lot of fun. Gentlemen, have a great evening. Stephen, I'll see you at the malt shop on Wednesday for Scooby-Doo.
Nice.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good evening.
See you guys.
Good night.
Adios.